Gotta get the ball rolling then.
Let's go before I fall asleep in front of this cozy fire we got here.
Although, oh yeah, hold on. There we go. There we go. Whew.
Oh,
Man,
that's
I
nice.
was starting
That
to get a
is
little cold there.
nice.
I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about all the topics we're going to talk about and how cold it's going to make me feel, but we're
Oh
good now.
man, yeah. We're gonna need this fire. We might need that
Yeah,
another beer, like I was saying. This
sure.
is
Yeah,
episode 311. If you guys are fans of the band, don't know. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't.
there you
Episode
go.
311 of the Current Gen podcast. Just Dan and myself here, chilling out by this, according to YouTube, cozy anime fireplace. I think it's pretty cozy.
4K.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not too bad, not too shabby. Pretty
The
good.
image quality matters.
It's true.
You don't want no 720.
Yeah,
No
I mean, it
720.
was on that, and I apologize for that. But now we're at 1080 at least. I don't want to do 4K because I'm trying to do too many things at once on my computer. Let's not do that.
Sure.
But
Sure. Okay.
listen, we brought this fire for a reason, not just because there's only two of us on the show this week, although that is one reason. But the other reason is we need to decompress a bit. It's been a weird, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say bad week in the gaming industry, just in terms of the
It's been
shakeups
bad.
we're seeing happening, the things that are changing. I don't know, the things that we can all see coming, but still is like, this is frustrating, man, with studios closing down and leadership changing to, I think it's fair to say, at least eyebrow raising new people moving into those roles. So we'll talk about all that when we get to our headlines in a little bit. But as always, I do like to talk about new games that are out each week. So we'll do a little bit of that as well. Dan, is there anything that you've been playing that's new this week, or should we save it for the end? Are you playing stuff that has been out for a little while this past week?
No, I was desperately trying because I'm like literally 3% away from finishing Octopath Traveler 0. So I was
All right,
trying so hard to beat it.
we'll cover that as well as some stuff I'm playing at the end. We'll talk about your thoughts on that as you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
you're so close to the finish line. So we'll
I'm so
circle back
close.
on that one as well as a couple things that I'm playing. We'll talk about those too. But before that, let's shift gears away from the fire just for a second. Here we'll pause our fire and let's talk about the Virtual Boy, which is now you can
Okay.
get a headset and play all these old games on your Switch or Switch 2. It works on both. You
Yeah.
can get a $25 cardboard headset, which has to hold the Switch and like against your face, so there's like a little bit of a weight to it. My Switch 2 isn't super light. Or you can buy the $100 plastic version, which is more durable, but also has a stand where you can put it on a desk or a table or something like that to play. And it launched with some of the games that you're seeing here, like this Mansion of Innsmouth. I don't know. I've never heard of this one. It's some kind of adventure creepy game. I don't know. Red Alarm, Telero Boxer, Wario Land, 3D Tetris, Galactic Pinball, and Golf are the launch games. And it's funny, as I'm looking at some of these now, I'm like, all right, these don't look that bad. Like the red and the black is an eyesore.
I was gonna
They
ask,
don't
did
look
they
that
like
bad.
up-res all of these? Because like I'm actually surprised by the quality of it.
I don't know. Like I
Well,
remember
this
playing Red
looks kind
Alarm.
of
I remember playing this one. It was very Star Foxy, and
yeah, yeah.
at the time it was kind of cool. But now it just looks kind of like it almost looks like a tech demo from the
I,
late '80s or
I,
early '90s. You
I
know,
mean, that was definitely basically Star Fox. Like it literally had what's his face in the background there.
that's kind of cool. There's a rewind feature. I didn't know that. So they're adding some quality of life stuff too as you play these games.
Yeah.
Basically, the Switch screen is your VR screen, so it'll just put it up right in front of your face because you put it into this holder. And
Yeah.
some of the games that are going to be coming out in the near future include Mario Clash, Mario's Tennis, Jack Bros, which does not sound good, Space Invaders,
Jack.
Virtual Collection, Virtual Bowling, Vertical Force, and V Tetris. So I don't know much about all of those. I remember Mario Tennis, and I remember that Red Alarm game. I think that's maybe Wario Land. I don't know. I didn't play a lot when I rented this from Blockbuster back in the day for like a week or whatever.
Good old Blockbuster, dude.
Good old Blockbuster. So
Good old
there you go. I
Blockbuster.
guess this is
Yeah,
Mario
I don't know.
Clash. Mario's Tennis. I
I'm
remember Mario
surprised by
Tennis.
like the way it's animating. Like some of these, like it just I don't know. I'm like, did they do
It's
something?
not
Like I just don't
awful.
remember.
No, I don't think
No, it's
so. I
not.
mean, maybe.
Just
I
the
don't
red
think it
is
is.
obviously jarring, but
There could be some frame rate improvement so things look smoother, but generally speaking, I
sure.
think the visual quality is what it was. I think. I could be wrong. Um, I would imagine they'd be
Oh, wow,
bragging
that's
about that
interesting.
on this little video if they were
Yeah,
updating or upgrading things.
sure, sure.
You can change the screen color in a
Change
feature
screen.
coming later.
Oh, oh,
Oh, interesting.
dude, make it neon green.
I actually don't hate the idea of because that red does burn the
Yeah,
eyes after a bit.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the
Okay,
green
that's kind of
probably would
cool.
be jarring
Listen,
too, but that is
I don't
cool.
hate it, and I think it is a cool way to visit something that is generally kind of lost to gaming history, and people just talk about it.
Oh,
And
for
now,
sure.
if you are a subscriber to their online stuff, for $25, you can get the cardboard one and try it. If you want to invest a little more, $100 gets you that plastic one that they showed that has the removable, little red eyepieces
Mhm.
and has the stand. So, anyway, I think it's worth it if you are a collector of all things Nintendo. If that's the case, you probably have a real Virtual Boy. But anyway, there it is for
This
you
won't
guys if you want to
melt
give them.
the surface that it's sitting on, at least, so there's that.
That's true. There is that.
So,
It will not. It will
yeah,
not do that. Man, that was
yeah,
such a disaster. Like, just a shocking disaster from Nintendo back then. But as we
yeah.
saw with some of those little clips, like not all horrible, like horribly looking, or like it looks like some of them might have been fun to play. Even it's just a weird experiment from them.
Well,
So
I
I don't
think just also with something so close to your face, and yeah, like the intense red
know. The red,
of
yeah.
the imagery
Mhm.
is like, yeah, it's eventually. I mean, because I never owned Adidas, but I would imagine it gave people headaches after a while.
I do kind of want to try it. If the plastic headpiece thing gets a discount of some kind at some point, I will definitely give it a whirl because I already subscribe to their Switch Online expansion stuff.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I am curious about it. I don't know. Not enough to spend $100 right now though. Maybe later.
no, $100 for a
Maybe
piece of plastic is silly. Like that should be
it's a
50.
lot.
Nintendo, come on, what are you doing?
It's a lot. I could see it looking like cool on a shelf. It's a cool like because it looks like the Virtual Boy. It's a nice
Right?
like decorative piece as
Yeah,
well. So
but
it's a
it's a piece of
functional
plastic.
decorative piece, I guess. It ultimately, you're right. It's a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
But all right, also coming to the Switch, or that came out to the Switch this week, and this is the Switch Up review for Subnautica and Below Zero, which both got Switch 2 versions. And so they're doing
Oh,
some
nice.
comparisons you can see here between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. Let me see if I can. If they're just going to jump back and forth between Switch 1 and 2. I mean, it looks nice on the Switch
Yeah,
2 with the water and all that. Like, it looks
some good water there.
solid.
Some nice water.
Yeah, not bad.
Mm.
So, Subnautica, that kind of survival underwater ocean game, which I think a sequel is coming out relatively soon as well. So it makes sense that they're doing what they can to stay in the conversation. So these are both out now on the Switch 2. It's a free update if you already own them on the Switch.
Good, good. Free updates are
All right.
nice.
Also, another port that's out on the Switch 2 that I thought was worth highlighting in case you guys are racing fans. There's Gear Club Unlimited 3, which I guess even has a story mode too. I don't know much about it, but
I don't even know
mean,
what
it's
this
not going to be
is.
up to par with your Forza Horizon games, of course. Those are like premium. But if you're looking for a racing game on your Switch, you could do worse than this one. I've heard it's pretty fun. So,
Sure.
Gear Club Unlimited 3 has a Switch 2 version out now. And most of these, I think, are supposed to run, 60 frames per second when docked, 30 handheld, pretty decent resolution. So, whatever, all the upres stuff that you want with Switch 2. Okay. Which, by the way, anything racing related, I kind of don't care about because in about 3 short months, we're going to have Forza Horizon 6. And I'm super pumped. Super pumped for that.
Horizon's pretty fun. Horizon's pretty fun.
So good. All right. Also out, this is a pretty significant one I thought was worth highlighting. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition now has
Oh,
official Switch 2 version, which it didn't before, although apparently it did run smoothly, the Switch version on the Switch 2. But now they've actually kind of given it some juice, and so it can go up to 60 frames per
Yeah.
second. I've seen some people review it saying this is an incredible looking and smoothly running edition of this now. So I think it's a $5 upgrade if you already own it. Or you can just, of course, go buy the game. So, yeah, the resolution can go up to 4K. That's pretty sweet. That's great.
Better anime
I'm
faces.
glad it's better
Yeah.
anime faces when you zoom real. And if you're using the Virtual Boy to play this game, it'll be real close to your eyes and you can see what we just saw there. That's what that's going to look like.
You see, yeah, exactly. I still don't get how they made this game or these games. The size of them is just, it's sorcery.
I know.
Really.
I know.
It's
When I
just
see stuff
sorcery.
like this, I'm like, how? why aren't they making all the Switch games? What is happening? Anyway,
Why is Kingdom Hearts cloud based?
dude.
If this
So anyway,
game can exist.
yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Did you ever play that one? I never played it. I think I might have tried it.
No,
3DS
I still,
maybe.
man, I just feel so, as an RPG lover, I feel very ashamed to, like, I've never even finished the first one. I played so much of the first one, and then I think I like was kind of burned out. I was like, I'll come back to it, and then I didn't. So I still need to like go through the whole thing. But
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I ever played, because this was stuck on the Wii U, right? And then it came out on the Switch. So I don't think I ever did play this.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was just on the Wii U.
So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I played the first one that got a 3DS version. That I played a bunch of that one on the 3DS.
Right. Yeah.
And then I played a good chunk of 2. I have 3. It's installed. I need to just shut up about everything else and just play it.
But they're not short either. That's the thing. They're long
They're
games.
not short.
So
they're not.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that is available now on the Switch 2 if you'd like to play it. All right, and this is Avowed, which is out on PS5 now, which is kind of cool.
It's true.
But
it's true.
It's more than just a port. They apparently are also they've launched an anniversary update because the game is almost a year old now. So they've added a new game plus mode. They added 3 new playable species to join humans and elves. They've added dwarves, orlins, and Aomawa. I don't know how to say that. Aomawa. I don't know how to. I don't know what that is. As well as some custom difficulty modifiers. A new weapon called the quarterstaff as a weapon type, and then a photo mode, and then other quality of life stuff. So they're adding a bunch of features that I think a lot of fans are going to be excited about.
Yeah.
You know, photo mode is always a highly requested feature for a game like this that does have some really cool vistas and things you can take pictures of. Of course, it is a pretty, I think, a pretty visually compelling game. It might not be your favorite style for everybody, but it's a pretty good looking game.
Yeah.
And then being able to do new game plus. To me, it's always fun. If you get hooked on a game and know that you can restart with a bunch of your stuff already and try again, make different decisions.
Just wreck everything.
I like that if you have that option. If you really love a game, New Game Plus is a great feature. And then, of course, new species and new weapon types. That's always exciting. So anyway, Avowed is out now on PlayStation 5. And, of course, it's already on PC and Xbox. Those features are now available on all 3. It'll be interesting to see if PlayStation gamers get into this one. I think Avowed, generally speaking, people liked it. It wasn't Game of the Year, of course, for most people, but it doesn't have to be a good game. It was still a good game by most accounts, with some drawbacks. But I think it was less divisive, from what I can tell, than even than something like Starfield, which I still would argue had more positive reviews than negative. It just really got people who didn't like it just couldn't shut up about how much they didn't like it. So.
Well, that's the world we live in, Tim.
That's the world we live in. That's right. Oh, you like it? I don't, and you need to know about why. Anyway, it's fine. So Avowed.
You need to know about my objective opinions.
Oh, humans. Aren't we the best? We're the best. All right. Let's keep going. We've got a new game in the Styx series. This is called Styx Blades of Greed. I never played these, where you're like the stealthy goblin dude. I don't know much about these games.
Oh, so you play as the goblin. Okay. Because I'm familiar with the series, but
I'm pretty sure it's one of those series I've always been kind of curious about. Like,
oh, okay, yeah.
I like a good stealth game. I like third-person action adventure stealth games with a little story. And I don't think it does amazing at anything that it does, but I think it at least is above average in most of what it's doing, while having kind of a unique setting, a unique character to contrul.
I was gonna say, how many stealth goblin games are there? You know,
yeah. There's a lot about this that looks appealing to me. I don't know why I've never played. They've all gone so cheap too. Like the previous games are always super cheap on all kinds of sales on most platforms that they're on. So I need to just give this a shot. I think this is getting pretty decent 7 to 8 out of 10 type reviews. I think it's in the mid 70s, maybe 77 average, something like that. So. I mean, nothing to sneeze at. It's certainly worth a look if you like these games, if you like stealth games, if the footage that you're seeing as we're talking about it appeals to you. Absolutely worth giving it a look.
I'm not mad about how it looks. It actually looks like visually pretty.
Yeah, it does look cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. So yeah, Styx. The Blades of Greed is out on, I believe it's Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I believe that's what it's out on.
Styx.
Alrighty.
Creed bleed. There we go.
Nailed it.
That-
Nailed
yeah,
it. There are elements of it that remind me a little bit of those monolith Lord of the Rings games as you're sneaking around and
yeah, yeah.
what are those called? The Shadow of War and Mordor, those two games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Styx, Blades of Greed, available now.
Interesting.
All right. Here's a review from the Nintendo World Report for this game called Under the Island. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I watched a trailer of this the other day. Yeah, I had not heard of it, and then I like pulled it out. I was like, oh, the art style looks interesting, and I think it looks really charming. But I was thinking it was more of like a something Renee and I could play that was more of like a life sim or farm sim, and it seems like it's more of a Zelda like.
It is more of a Zelda like. Yeah, it's an action RPG, exploration. I like the art style, like you just said. It's very charming.
Yeah.
Good throwback to the Super Nintendo days. I always love that. It's getting very positive reviews on Steam, so users are liking it. And there's a demo on Steam if people want to try that out. And I'm sure there might be, if it's on other platforms, I think it is. There might be a demo there too. I think it's on Switch as well.
It's on PlayStation. It's on because that's where I pulled up the trailer.
Okay, so it must be at least PC because this is a review from the Nintendo World Report. So it must be at least be PlayStation, Switch, and PC, maybe Xbox too. But yeah, Under the Island, I think it looks pretty solid. All right, also out. Less than stellar responses from most people, but not horrible, is this game Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Are you a Trekkie, Dan? I never asked you this before. Are you a big Star Trek guy at all?
On overall sci-fi, I'm like, I can take it or leave it. Like I don't by any means. It's like I've mentioned before. I like Dragon Age more than Mass Effect because I'm just more of a fantasy guy. But I like me a good sci-fi. Like I like Star Wars. Like Star Wars is fun. I just don't sweat it like some people do. I like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, but like saying that I think probably riles people up because it's not like the old ones,
Yeah, but I liked them. I thought they were fun. Chris Pine did a good job. Zachary Quinto.
Yeah, I enjoyed those too. Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch was in the second one. That was a good one. I like that one.
Cumberbatch, he was. Oh, yeah.
So this is a strategy interactive fiction. So I think there's elements of like choices you're making in dialogue, as well as some of the strategy stuff you're seeing here with moving your ship around and choosing when to explore. There's some management elements too, where you're trying. It's not quite survival, but you're managing like your rooms and your crew, and so I think there's a lot here. I just don't think they executed on it super well, based on the feedback that I've read and seen.
That's a shame.
Currently, I'm looking at the Steam listing where it's got mostly positive, not quite down to mixed, but not like very positive reviews. So, if you're a Star Trek fan, or you like this kind of games, I think it's worth taking a look at this one.
Does look pretty old school, like an old school PC game.
It does. Here's this game out called Love Eternal. Have you heard of this one?
I have not. No.
So let me look up the description of it again.
What was that smirk? One of those like visual novels.
Oh, okay. So this reminded me of Celeste. This is why I wanted to show it to you. So when it gets to the gameplay, you'll see what I mean. There's elements of it that remind me, mainly because it's a female character with the hair, but it's also the way you shift gravity reminded me of that Bio Bay game that we played a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Bionic Bay, yeah.
Bionic Bay.
Oh, yeah. This is, yeah, for sure. Yeah. This is definitely inspired by Celeste, I feel, for sure.
I think so too.
This seems weird.
I mean, it looks like
seems weird.
Super challenging, really weird. Yeah, there's a demo for it out as well, but yeah, very strange.
Interesting faces.
But yeah, it is a
interesting
precision platformer. Yeah, the art style almost looks like an older PC game. I don't know. There's something weird about it. I don't hate it.
It's unique. It's unique.
It certainly is. All right, so that is called Love Eternal, which is out now on. Let's see if it tells me at the end.
Oh,
it's on everything.
So it's
on all the things.
It's out. Yeah, it's on all of the stuff.
Yep.
Even on your calculators. It's on your calculator.
Yeah, it's on your TI 85s or whatever that the rich kids had at school when I was going on.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Check this one out, Dan. It's called Wayblazer Damarung. I don't know how to say that. There's like a little umlaut
Sounds
over the
good.
A.
Sounds about right. Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
yeah. This is another one that I think a lot of people probably haven't heard of, but I saw it and there was elements of it that I thought, okay, this could be kind of interesting. It is as you can see, definitely an RPG. It's a party-based JRPG. It's got this kind of anime 2.5D style to it. This is just someone's gameplay. Let's see if we can skip ahead a little bit because there weren't much in the way of trailers or reviews.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's how your dialogue looks.
This does give me like
too.
RPG Maker vibes. Like
Dude,
this looks like something that would have been made in RPG Maker.
you could be right.
Like, what does the world map look like? If there even is one.
It's the closest thing to it, but it looks like they're just talking about the map. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I swear there are games on the storefronts that are like made with RPG Maker and like,
which is cool,
they're
by
on-
the way,
they're
that
like-
people can do that.
yeah, yeah.
So let me get to the. Where's it? Title must be here at the beginning. There we go. So Wayblazer Damarung. You see these two little dots over the A, so it's like that little umlaut. So I
Damarung.
don't know exactly.
Damarung.
Yeah. So there you go. That is out now. So is
that looks like a game.
Dead in Antares. I just kind of liked the art style of this.
I like this immediately already.
Yeah. Let me read the description of it. It is a turn-based survival management game with RPG elements set on an alien planet. Lead a crew of survivors sent on a mission to save humanity, manage their needs, strengthen their teamwork, and explore this mysterious world. So, of course, I always like management games with some survival elements, as long as they're not too bogged down. Sometimes they can get overwhelming. But, characters, relationships, there's the dialogue elements, there's kind of making decisions, but then also the survival pieces, the exploration pieces. So I really like the art style in this. There's something about it that's appealing to me.
Yeah.
It does have 91% positive from reviewers on Steam right now, so people do seem to enjoy it.
It's got like a graphic novel look to it. Like it looks kind of comic booky, graphic novel sort of style.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't mind. I like a good graphic novel when they're done well. The ones that I've played. The last game that they did that I recognize, this team, Ishtar Games, they made Dead in Vinland or Dead Vinland. Yeah, Dead in Vinland. There was some kind of like zombie Viking game. I remember seeing that back in the day.
Okay.
But anyway, Dead in Antares.
Yeah, some interesting imagery.
There we go. There's the title. So yeah, that is out now. All right, and then I think there's only a couple left. Oh, yeah, this next one is really intriguing. I didn't hear about it until I started seeing these reviews.
Yeah.
For this game, Demon Tides, which is getting great
this looks
reviews.
awesome.
By the way, I downloaded the demo. I just haven't played it yet because there's something else I've been playing that I'll talk about at the end. But this just looks really cool. Yeah, this looks really, really cool. You're a 3D platforming fan, right? At least to some degree.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just love platforming games, but yeah, definitely. With Donkey Kong recently, and then obviously Odyssey is my favorite. But
I think it's only
this
on
looks
PC
really
at the moment. But I imagine if it's successful, I think so. But if it's successful, I could totally see this hitting other platforms. It's got a 96% positive review on Steam.
Damn.
The open critic reviews on it are all very positive. It's like in the high 80s, I think, or mid 80s at least. It just looks really cool. Looks like a lot of fun.
It looks really sharp. It has a nice like aesthetic to it, and it just looks smooth. Like this, the movement looks smooth, and like that's very important for a platformer. You want it to like move well and feel like something that when you pick up the controller, you just get what it wants you to do. Like has to feel good. So,
exactly,
and it looks like it does. So.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun dashing. You can move really quickly, whether you're in water, as you can see here, or dash into the air.
Well, it looks like she transforms into things.
Yeah, she can turn into
So I think she transformed into something when she got in the water.
Oh, okay, like some kind of fish thing that can swim real fast. Oh yeah, it's fish,
yeah,
totally.
she's like a little fish.
And then when she was in the air, she became like a bat or something real quick to fly or float a little farther.
Yeah, so there's like a transformation element to it, which is cool. Yeah, look at just the movement. It just this looks sick.
Even when she dashes, her hair changes color. So it's all kinds of like cool, like you're
Yeah.
saying, the cool powers and combos of things, and it looks neat. I'm all in for this one, Demon Tides. I gotta try the demo. I
Yeah.
downloaded it on Steam, and I do want to try it out. But it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this does look cool.
Yeah, Demon Tides out now, I believe, just on PC for the moment, but it's gonna probably come to other stuff if they are successful. This next one is out on more platforms. You do love some wall jumping. Sorry, I got
excited with the wall jumping. That's okay. That's all right.
So this is Dan. This is a Square game.
It is,
and by that I mean your beloved Square. You're probably familiar with this because you probably know most things that they've published over the years. Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse. I think it's the second or third entry, maybe. I can't remember how many they've had.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many there are, but it was on one of the showings recently. Was it
people seem
State
to be
of Play? I
liking
think.
it. Okay, yeah,
I think it was on the State of Play.
Oh, there was one from 2023, 7 Mysteries of Hanjo.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are these? Are these like point and click? What are these games?
I think they're. I swear it's like paranormal, like murder mystery. So I think
Adventure
the presentation
simulation with some RPG elements.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's almost kind of like what's the one that you were just playing? The Ace Attorney,
Phoenix
like,
Wright.
Not Ace Attorney, or like Phoenix Wright, or the Layton, like the Professor Layton, like like
Professor Layton,
solving crimes and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. By the way, this one's 25. The previous game, Demon Tides, is also 25, but on sale for 20. So we're talking about some pretty good, affordable games if you're looking for something to play. But really unique storybook art style they have for this one.
I like the extra bold outlines. They're not like the thin black outlines. They're like really thick and like kind of like almost like paintbrush. That Japanese, I forget what the style is called. With the big brush strokes.
I do like it a lot. You're right. It does, and it adds to this kind of almost storybook element, kind of comic booky in a way. Like I don't know. There's a couple different feelings I have when looking at it, but it's unique because there's not many things that look like this.
Yeah.
So, not many games at least that look like this. So, yeah, Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse is out now. I think it's on everything.
Ooh, jeez.
As well.
Is that a mummified mermaid?
Yeah, mermaid did not have a good day.
It's a mummified mermaid. Sheesh.
Yeah. Apparently, they said they've come here looking for mermaids. I love the dialogue. All right, let's keep going here. Dan, I know you're familiar with this one called Welcome to Dolltown. This looks creepy.
Sure.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Have we?
Or at least maybe I feel like you brought it up, maybe. I don't know. I could have sworn this is one that you knew about. Yeah, Welcome to Dolltown. Let me see if
I can't tell if this looks familiar.
It's on sale for $10. It is a horror adventure / somewhat action game. It looks like a PS1 type game. Looks creepy.
Yeah, this looks really cool. This looks super rad.
Yeah.
It didn't show much, but that looks really cool.
Yeah, this is just a quick trailer. So anyway, yeah, you can check that out.
Okay.
Interest you.
I'm on board.
Welcome to Dolltown.
I'm on board.
Last but not least, it's a series I don't think any of us have gotten into, Dan, but we've talked about it because it's had so many entries. The next game in the East series this is East X or East 10, The Proud Nordics.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure this is a new entry. It could be a re-release. I don't know. It's hard to track all these games, but
I know there's a decent amount of them. So
there are. They have a very striking style that I've never looked at it and said that I wouldn't play this because it's ugly. It's just just doesn't seem like my type of game. But some of the stuff they have here does, like you just saw right there, looks kind of epic, looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
So East X, The Proud Nordics is out now.
East still going.
East is still rolling, people. You got to stop counting them out. I know all you people out there, you keep counting them out. Stop doing that,
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to our cozy fire.
There we go. I was getting cold there for a second.
Let's warm it up.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Okay. We're gonna need this warmth because we're gonna talk about some headlines.
Or we're gonna get fired up and we don't actually need the warmth, but it's gonna be filled with rage.
You're right. We might need to turn the fire off. Rage. Actually, you're right. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. So Dan, there's a whole bunch of different news from this week. We'll start with some of
Sure
the
is.
probably less like chat worthy stuff that's just out there that's worth just mentioning. First, so Pokemon Presents is going to have there's going to be a Pokemon Presents event or presentation, whatever you call it, this week, February 27th. And they have already announced that they're going to release Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, not as part of the like virtual console. They will be sold as
That's
standalone
fine.
games for $20
Don't
each
even care.
in the eShop.
Don't care.
You
so
like these?
Excited.
You're excited about these?
I'm
Yeah,
so
Fire
excited.
Red
I'm
and
so
Leaf Green.
excited. We're starting off with a positive. We're starting up high, and then
Yeah.
it's just gonna go right down. But we're
Yeah,
starting
$20
off
each
real
is not
strong
bad.
here.
Those are Game Boy Advance games, right? Is that what those are? I think.
Yes, because those were like the first remakes of any of the
Of the
Pokemon games, I
original.
think, because it's
Mhm.
Pokemon Red and Blue.
Mhm.
Or in Japan it was green, but here
But
in
it
the
was like the
States it
Game
was
Boy
blue, I
Advance
believe.
version, so everything had like color and was like
Yeah,
cooler looking and
just looked really nice.
Yep.
I'm just so happy because like I mean, Red and Blue is those what I grew up with. I started with the first generation, so it's still my
Yeah,
favorite.
same here.
Still my favorite generation.
Yep.
So a lot of nostalgia there. And I just love again game preservation. So it's nice that these will be available and you can get them and they're there. So I think that's great. They need to do these with all the old ones. Do it with Soul Silver
Agreed.
and Heart Gold and Soul Silver as well. Like keep it going.
Do
those
it.
two.
Dan will buy them all. You heard it here first, Nintendo. Dan will spend $20.
I will
per
buy
release
most
these.
of them. I will buy
do it.
most.
He just committed to doing it. His money's already out of his bank. It's committed. It's happening.
For the first two generations. I'll decide after that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, that's happening this Friday. And it's marking the 30th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise. I still remember as a young 14-year-old, I think, when I first got one of the Pokemon games. I don't think I got it like on release day, but I just remember getting it probably that year at some point, and I was hooked. I had Pokemon Red.
Oh, yeah.
My friend had Pokemon Blue, and I was so hooked. I had a Game Boy Pocket, which was a pretty nice upgrade from the 4-battery clunky Game Boy. Game Boy Pocket was a pretty nice one.
Yeah.
So, man, I spent so much time with that game.
Dude, so much.
So
I had Blue, and I actually convinced a friend who didn't even like own a Game Boy. I was like, you should like give this a try. You should totally like play Pokemon. He was like, I don't know. I was like, it's really cool. You should play. And he ended up buying Game Boy and then getting Pokemon Red, and I I did the Pokemon trading. So I had all 151 Pokemon, Tim. I had all 151.
I remember doing the cheat to get like Mew or whatever. There was some kind of like cheat to get Mew.
Well, so
right?
I don't know. I honestly, off the top of my head, don't know if that whole like Mew hiding under the bus thing was ever legit. I don't think it was. But there was definitely like if you use Game Shark or something, you could get Mew, and then maybe there was some other ways. But then there was the legit way. So if they had the tournaments, Pokemon tournaments going on, which is how I got my Mew, Tim. I got him legit. So I went to a Pokemon tournament at the mall. And I gave him my Game Boy. They stuck in a little contraption, and bloop, the Mew went right in there. I got him. So
what a good feeling. A good feeling.
Yeah. Good feeling.
So yeah, so that's gonna happen at the end of this week. That'll be nice, especially for you Pokemon fans. I'm interested to see what they announce because they've already said they're bringing back some fan favorites to the eShop. Ooh. So I would imagine that means they've got some other stuff they want to focus on and announce for that event. So we'll see what they. It'll be a celebration.
Start with all the way back.
And yeah, they'll look back a bit and celebrate. But I would imagine they're gonna announce something. But who knows?
There's nothing right now. Because ZA came out, right? So there's nothing on the horizon.
There's been nothing
that's like
announced
that
I'm aware of.
Right. So this has got to be the presentation where they're like, all right, here's the next big Pokemon thing. Yeah. Like, so.
Yep, Pokemon PP, Pokemon Poo Poo, right? Those are the two entries that are coming up because they're running out of ideas.
Pokemon
to match them up.
Well, that would be yellow and brown, and we already got a
yellow
Pokemon
and brown.
Yellow, Tim. So
we already did. Right?
Well, they could. Yeah. So, all right. So we have Fire Red and Leaf Green, right? We have Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So you do P Yellow and Poo Brown.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's got to say pee and poo in the names.
Yeah, it has to. It absolutely
It
has
has
to.
to say that. Yeah.
And then the initials would be PP because Pokemon P. So it'd be
Pokemon PP.
or PPP. It'd be Pokemon PPP
Nothing
or
could
PP.
go
It
wrong.
wouldn't be Pokemon.
Yeah,
No,
nothing could
no,
go wrong.
it's gonna be fine. No.
Well, there's been a lot of God of War news. Of course, we know that the TV series is coming along with some casting being announced. There's the young kid. They released his name and picture that they've cast as Atreus. They've got Ryan Hurst cast as Kratos and a bunch of other actors that they've listed. So that's coming together. So that's cool. We got this new Sons of Sparta game, the side-scrolling game, which I know has had a lot of mixed reviews and not the most stellar reviews. The problem that runs up against is that there's so many really high-quality 2D platforming action games that are so good
Right.
that it's hard. It's a really hard thing to break into, and a lot of people don't want to play Kratos as like a little regular human kid. Like they would want a regular
Yeah.
God of War
Yeah.
game in that setting. So totally get the criticisms
Right.
of that. I've heard it's serviceable but not amazing. But that's okay. That is out. So that was a cool day of announcement from the State of Play last week. And now we just heard from Christopher Judge claiming that his next game will be announced this summer. And apparently that conversation fueled speculation that it could be part of Santa Monica's next big project, which a lot of people are thinking is probably the next game in this new God of War series. It's been, it was 2018 and then 2022 for Ragnarok, right? Or no?
I think 22
So
or
it's,
22 or
we're at the
23.
4-year mark. I'm not expecting them to release it this fall to do like 4 years. 4 years. I'm just saying like it's been a minute since Ragnarok came out.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah, November.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll find out what's happening. Hopefully, more at least with what Christopher Judge is involved with, the actor who does the voice of Kratos, of course. But I think there's a good likelihood that we will get something from Sony about how it's coming in 2027 or something, right? Well, I think we'll hear something about the next God of War, maybe a title, maybe a little teaser. Who knows? But all right, last kind of normal little piece of news. I thought this was interesting just because it's a pretty impressive list of games, I think, that are hitting Game Pass over the next week. Some of them are already out. But we've got, there's Aerial Knight's Drop Shot. I don't know anything about that. I think it's that guy's second game. So that's out on Game Pass. You've also got Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which I know it's easy joke fodder.
Avatar.
It's Ubisoft plus Avatar. So I know it's like, but hey, that's a really serviceable, if not pretty solid game in that Far Cry kind of mold where it's first person and to explore, tons to uncover, stuff to unlock. So I think they do a good job. It's a very pretty game too. Avowed is on Game Pass today. I didn't realize it wasn't, or maybe it was removed from it for a little while. I don't know, but it said it's available now.
Or unless with the
Game
upgrades,
Pass.
it's like whatever the newer version of it.
Maybe. Yeah, it could be. And it could be the fact that maybe it's available to more levels of Game Pass, which I think Xbox is trying to simplify. Anyway, a game called Death Howl, which was out on PC last year, that a lot of people really enjoyed. Now that's out on all platforms, but now it's out on Game Pass specifically if you want to check out Death Howl. There's College Football 26, so the big EA Sports game from last summer is on there. And then The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. That's insane. Like there's so much content there. Like that alone is just that's insane. So
that's a lot.
That is out on Game Pass. Shout out to our buddy Kyle. TCG Card Shop Simulator is coming this week to Game Pass.
There you go.
So if you want to work in that card shop you've always wanted to work at, now you can do that.
Yeah, if you don't want to pay extra for it, you can play it for free on Game Pass.
That's right. A game called Dice A Million. Don't know anything about that one. Towerborn. I remember playing the demo for that. It was okay, but some people really like it. So that it's the 1.0 release of Towerborn. Final Fantasy 3, going a little old school. That is hitting.
Never
Game
heard
Pass.
of it. Never heard of it.
Yeah, you need to wake up, buddy. And then last but not least, coming the first couple of days of March, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 getting added to Game Pass for people who haven't played that one yet. So there you go. That's a big full slate. Yeah, pretty full slate of Game Pass titles that I thought were worth highlighting. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Ubisoft for a second. Let's start there because this is recent news, and I just wanted to highlight this. So, Dan, Ubisoft is. It's been a roller coaster ride with them over the years, right? There's been times when I've been like, man, Ubisoft is delivering. You could probably go back and listen to episodes from a few years back, and I'll probably be raving about like they're just putting out gold, man. Everything they put out is great. There's probably some times when I've said that.
There were a few years
But
they were
now
doing pretty all right. Yeah.
they were doing great. But now they are, everything that we hated about companies like Activision or EA or whatever. Like Ubisoft is right there with them, or probably worse in a lot of cases. It didn't help, of course, that they had a lot of behind the scenes accusations, and in some cases, I think verified inappropriate things that were
Yeah.
happening with team members. So then it sounded like, man, what a horrible place to work. And also, they're putting out like some slop, and some of their best franchises are kind of hitting lower points. They're not really hitting on all cylinders like they used to. So, but then they, if you remember, they detailed this major reset at their company, which meant their creative teams were going to be restructured into these autonomous creative houses. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're somehow connecting with Tencent now. I don't know if it's like Tencent owns a share of Ubisoft. I'm not sure
Yeah,
exactly how that
I
all
don't know.
works.
Because there was a whole thing going on with that where they wanted to buy them, and then they didn't buy them
Right.
because Ubisoft was like, "But we still want to control everything." Like, and
That's weird.
Tencent's like,
Yeah.
"Well, you know."
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange. But this restructuring, as they were like putting new creative teams in charge of specific IPs of theirs. Like I think they'll have a team that's just about the Just Dance series, and as we'll learn, a new team with some other IPs. But they apparently canceled 6 games, postponed 7 others, and
Jeez.
closed 2 of their studios as part of that
Jeez.
restructuring last month.
Oh
So
boy.
all of that happened,
Okay.
and they've gone kind of radio silent for a little while, for good reason, I think, because everyone didn't have much good to say about them.
Sure.
But their CEO, is it Yves Guillemot? Is that how you say his name?
Yves Guillemot. Yves
Guillemot.
Guillemot.
So he came out and talked about how the Tencent-backed subsidiary Vantage Studios, which is one of the creative studios they talked about, is going to be stewarding the Assassin's Creed and Far Cry franchises going forward. And here's his quote. He says, "We
Sheesh.
have a solid pipeline underway across Vantage Studios. Under the Assassin's Creed brand, several titles are in development, spanning both single-player and multiplayer experiences, with the ambition to further grow a community that exceeded 30 million players last year." And he added, "Far Cry anticipation is high. We currently have 2 very promising projects in development." So those are both with
Mm,
Vantage Studios under that Ubisoft umbrella. So
okay.
I don't know what to make of all this. I like both of those franchises. I loved Shadows from last year. I know a lot of people didn't. That's fine. You don't have to love it. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Valhalla despite its flaws, but I haven't experienced like the highs of something like Origins or Odyssey in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a minute since, like, even I thought Far Cry 5 was phenomenal. I thought 6 was really fun, but maybe not their top tier. So it's been a little while since they've been on top of their game with some of those franchises. So anyway,
Well, I just think the company as a whole, yeah, just with everything that, going on behind the scenes, I mean, that's not going to help. You want to work you want to work somewhere where people aren't being sexually harassed, abused, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And then that's obviously out there, for the world to know, it's being reported on and talked about,
yeah,
and then, people shitting on some of their games,
yeah,
over the years. So, that's gonna
for good
obviously
reason in a lot
bring
of
morale
cases.
down, I would imagine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, they've definitely been taking a bit of a beating the last few years. So
for sure,
um
for
we'll
sure.
see what happens, I guess. I'm trying to even look up right now what has Vantage Studios done? Like I don't even know.
They might be part of a newly created team
Okay.
under this kind of like newly structured Ubisoft stuff. I'm not
I
sure
see. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
because they
that
said they
could
were doing
be.
a reset,
Oh,
a
here we
team
go.
structure reset.
Yeah, and this is the AI. I just want to specify because AI is terrible, so this could be completely wrong. But AI overview is saying Vantage Studios is a newly formed subsidiary of Ubisoft and Tencent. Okay, yeah. So
There you go. I don't know, man. Maybe it'll be great, or maybe it'll be some kind of free-to-play mobile gotcha experience, and so we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough.
I hope what I hope it is, Tim. I hope it's all of
I hope
that
it is
that you
too.
just said at the end there.
I hope it is too. Can I just say something real quick about gotcha games? You know how during
Of
the Game
course,
Awards when they gave out the player's choice, and there was some, in my opinion, some really clear-cut, deserving winners, and the
sure.
winner was Wuthering Waves. There's no R in there, but Jeff
So
keeps
say that
saying
again.
Wuthering. Isn't it Wuthering Waves? Because there's no R. It's just
That's
WUTH.
wuthering. I don't know.
Wuthering Waves.
It could be. It's just the emphasis on the is funny. It's just such a dumb name for a game.
Wuthering. It
It's such
is,
a
but I will
dumb
say
name.
this. So when I was for some reason that came back to mind of like, yeah, that one player's choice, how stupid. So I looked up on the Steam listing just to see, like, let me just see how dumb this dumb game is. But apparently
Sure.
they put out a new release recently, and a lot of the reviews, this is according to Steam reviewers, so take it with a grain of salt. This is just people who
Sure.
playing these games. A lot of them are saying this latest update called the 3.2 update. Apparently there's a ton of story. You can just play it as if it's an open world RPG, and they add new content to it. You can just an open world action RPG, whatever.
Yeah.
And almost pretend it's not a gotcha game. A lot of people are saying they enjoy that. So I'm like, all right, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it is a fun one of those. That's fine. But still, how did that win player's choice?
Well, because I mean, that's how it works with those player choice things, right? It's just like
it's just a website where you go vote. How easy is that?
Yeah. Right. All it takes is one huge streamer just to be like, hey guys, like everybody vote for this over here, and everyone's like, oh, LOL,
Right.
So
exactly. Wuthering Waves. All right, fine. I'll add the R in there like everybody else does. Because why not?
They need to update the title,
all right, well,
just like they updated the game.
Ubisoft isn't the only company that has recently done some changes to their studios. If you remember back to 2021, Sony acquired Bluepoint, which had already been working with them on things like the God of War collection, the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection and remake for Shadow of the Colossus, the Nathan Drake collection, Gravity Rush remastered. Most recently, though, was actually 6 years ago, right before they were acquired, was Demon Souls. I don't think they've done a lot of work since then. Like, has Bluepoint put anything out since they were acquired by Sony? I don't think they have.
I think they usually did that type of stuff, or they would like assist. I think they would assist with like other studios and helping things. I think, but they were more known for like the remasters and the remakes. Yeah.
The last time they were listed as official support was some additional work on God of War Ragnarok in 2022. That was it.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah.
So that's 4 years ago was the last time that we saw something released that had them officially listed as a assistant or development studio. So that might add some context for what Sony decided to do in closing down their studio, possibly. It's around 70 employees that will lose their jobs with the studio closure. And it was claimed that the decision was made following a recent business review. Now, it does sound like this is connected to a live service game that Sony, it sounds like Sony decided to task Bluepoint with making. It possibly was in the God of War universe. I don't think that was ever confirmed, but that seemed to be like the strong indication by people in the know. So if Bluepoint was tasked with working on a live service God of War game and it got canceled, then it was just kind of a matter of time, right? If it's been years since they put out anything profitable or anything at all, forget about profitable, then yeah, it's like you gave them this project and you canceled it and now you're firing all of them. What do you think about all this?
I mean, yeah, literally what you just like, like, so if this was all part of, that whole little block of let's try to make games as a service games and all that nonsense, forcing it upon the studio, right? So not even something that they're passionate about, not something that they said they wanted to do,
Right.
forced upon them. And then Sony said, never mind on the game. And then also never mind on your jobs. We're closing your studio.
Yeah.
That is egregious. That is absolutely disgusting. I think it's fucking pathetic. Um, this is the shit that infuriates me with capitalism and all the stuff we've talked about before with companies and people at the top. It I can't stand it. It fills me with such a it fills me with anime fireplace burning rage. That's what it
Yeah.
fills me with, because it's just not right. Like, especially since, again, if it was something that a project that was forced on them, Sony canceled it. They had no right to do that. Let them try to do something else, at least, to redeem themselves, or whatever, something that they're passionate about. I think they've always wanted to make their own game, because, again, they're known for doing remasters and remakes. I think
Hmm.
for years there was always kind of like a murmurings of them being like, we want to like create our own thing, and Sony obviously not letting them. So
I mean,
yeah,
of course, according to Sony, it's all about budgets and trying
of
to
course,
focus on what can make PlayStation the best. So they're not really giving much in terms of answers. Doing some Google searching and just seeing what people think. This is all just conjecture. Conjecture. Um, a lot of people think it has to do with uh, when Concord bombed so horribly. That's when we saw cancellations from Sony around their live service plans. It seems like
sure,
that really changed some of their trajectory. And if it's true that Bluepoint was acquired in 2021 and then given that project, we're talking about 5 years of work that was then flushed. And so I don't know, were they given that was like 5 months ago, 6 months ago when it was canceled? So why not close the studio then? Like, what happened over the last 5, 6 months? Was Bluepoint given a chance to pitch something else? Were they supporting something else? I'm very confused. The
I
timing
don't
seems
know.
very odd to me. Maybe they just didn't review the budgets until now, and it was going to happen no matter what. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't a shock for the Bluepoint people or the Sony people. Maybe they all knew it was coming. I have no idea.
I
But
mean,
it's pretty
even just like
horribly
leaning
managed by them.
extremely, and even leaning on what they've done in the past, which maybe they didn't want to do. Again, maybe they really did want to create something original. There's still plenty
Hmm.
of stuff in the Sony backlog that could be remastered or remade. So it's like, you could have been like, hey, you guys are really good at this, so like, let's take a look at,
Yeah.
I don't know, Legend of Dragoon, Tim. Let's take a look at that. Maybe they could
Yeah.
have remade that. But it's just like, Bluepoint is a studio that's been around for a long. Like, people know Bluepoint and Sony. Like, they're
Hmm.
very intrinsically tied. We've known of these guys for years. So this is really, really dumb. This is super dumb.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. So
Yeah. I think it's
yeah,
fair to completely blame this on the greed around live service games. Like,
yeah,
not the
yeah,
and just to be really clear, not the creative approach to, ooh, how can we make a live service game something that's profitable and fun and creative, and how can we approach this in a new way? It was more of, how can we make money? That's what it feels like to me. So when you
right.
approach it
Of
with that
course.
greedy mindset, and then all of a sudden, one of the projects, the biggest one, the one you invested the most money in and was most public, completely blows up in your face, then you quietly want to just hide all the other stuff you've been working on and pretend it didn't happen. It's just like, I don't know, something about all of it is just kind of, it's pretty gross. So let's fire 70 people who are clearly skilled at what they do. Let's not fire the
Yeah.
person who said, let's do live service games. Let's do 7 live service games or whatever. Remember that? They were like, we've got a
Well,
bunch of these in the works.
he's
It's like,
gone.
oh my God.
It was what's his
Oh, yeah, you're
face?
right. It was Jimmy. Was it Jimmy
um,
Ryan?
yeah, it was good old Jimmy. Yeah, good old
Good
Jimmy's
old
gone.
Jimmy.
So
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, well, there it is. Crappy news, and I hope that we see a story like you've seen with whether it's Claire Obscure or whatever else, where you get a combination of new and former devs who get to just make something incredible, and it's great and it's super
yeah, yeah,
successful.
yeah,
I'd love to see, because those Bluepoint folks, that Demon Souls remake was gorgeous, like absolutely
yeah,
stunning remake of that game, and the other stuff they've put together too is really really good. Like, they know how to make a good looking game that plays really well. Um, Yeah, I'd be curious to
Well,
see if they ever get a shot
like all
to make their own
all the
thing.
things that you listed there. I mean, look at God of War, Metal Gear Solid,
Mhm.
Ico and Shadow Colossus, Uncharted,
Shadow Colossus
Gravity
remake was
Rush,
so good. Mhm.
Demons. Like these are all different games. Like these guys were able to pick
Right.
up games that were different, like gameplay, like different styles, and like
Yeah,
do stuff with them. Like that's to me impressive.
I think
I
so
think
too.
that's impressive. So I
I
don't
think
know.
so too.
It's just this is so dumb. This is so dumb.
Yep.
Got
Well, Sony's not alone
any
in
more
weird
good news,
things
Tim?
happening. Yeah, I do. Uh, Sony's not alone. There's been a bunch of seems to me like out of nowhere shakeups at Xbox. And
Yeah,
again, maybe if you're in the know there and you're in those meetings, everyone kind of knew that Phil Spencer was trying to find the right time to retire. Maybe they knew that Microsoft was trying to get rid of him. I don't know what happened. All we know is that he is retiring. Don't know
yeah,
if it was because he wants to retire or not, but he's retiring. Sarah Bond, a big name over there as well. I think she was head of some element of games over there with Xbox.
she was
She's
the head of
also
Xbox, right?
was she okay? And okay, got it. So she worked alongside with
Yeah,
Phil, or maybe he was her.
yeah.
She reported to him. I don't know.
I think
But
the
anyway, they're
assumption
both
was
out.
like that she was going to go into Phil. So I maybe she was under Phil because I think the assumption was that like when Phil was going to retire that she would like
Then she
basically
would step
take
in.
his position.
I
Yeah.
think she had his former position when he
Okay, that's what
got
it was. So
elevated.
yeah.
So anyway, but Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, both out at Xbox, and Asha Sharma, who most recently was the head of Core AI at Microsoft, is now the
Sure.
Microsoft Gaming CEO,
Mm-hmm.
and she was named head of gaming in this out of nowhere announcement this past week
Tell me more.
to replace Phil Spencer. By the way, he was at the company for 35 years, and it just seems like out
A
of
long
nowhere
time.
he's just gone. It's like
Well, what's
what?
so like he's been there for a long time, so it's like okay, yeah, that when you've been working somewhere for that long, like
Yeah,
yeah, retire. Like why not? That's great. Good for you. You
yeah.
deserve it. Go right off into the sunset. Was it Sarah Bond? Is that her name? She like just joined the company. Like what, 2 years ago? Like
Yeah, she
like
hasn't
she
been there super
resigned.
long. Yeah. That's
It's
why
not
it
even
feels
like
more like
yeah.
executives at the top moving pieces around. It feels more like that than
Yeah.
it does them leaving on their own.
Yeah. So like yeah.
I don't know, man. Listen, I'm not saying I'm the biggest Phil Spencer or Sarah Bond fan. I think it's fair to say that over the last several years, Xbox has made so many questionable decisions, and even more broadly,
Sure. Yeah.
Microsoft with the way they've treated their employees and overhired and overfired, and their layoff numbers are just insane. And so I'm not saying
Mhm.
that everything is run fantastically by them, but it's just a very odd, out of nowhere change. And when you couple that with who's stepping in, so Asha Sharma isn't just the former lead of AI at Microsoft for their core AI, which is already going to
Mhm.
raise some eyebrows. I know it makes us go like, "Ooh, what does this mean for gaming?" So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also before that, she was one of the top executives at Meta. So think like social media, think like addiction
Sure.
algorithms, think like I'm already getting like a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? When I'm like, ugh, Meta executive and Instacart. So like I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, okay, someone who knows how to leverage people's shopping tendencies, their retail habits or needs or addictions, and their social media, and helped with AI, and she's gonna run Xbox gaming. I just get like this weird like hair on the back of my neck standing up, thinking about someone who's focused on those things stepping into this role. I don't know anything about
Um,
her. I don't know. She might be an amazing person, and she might actually turn around Xbox games in a way that we never saw
sure.
coming.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to make that really clear.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I can say is when you look at the resume, it does make you go, "Uh oh," at least a little bit. Like, oh, this could be
Y
bad. I
y
don't know.
you know what I'm hoping for at least, Tim? I hope whatever next, showcase that they have, she's up there, saying whatever she needs to say, "Hello, everybody. I know you're concerned about me and what I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
doing, and, everything, AI is scary. Don't worry, everything you're in good hands, and I'll prove it to you right now. Here's the first Xbox exclusive, new exclusive, and then, the booming voice, Xbox exclusive, and then it's an
Uh huh.
Instacart game. It's an Instacart
Yes.
video game.
It's Instacart Simulator.
Oh god, yeah. There you go. There you go. You just throw simulator on there, and you're making all the money. That's all. That's all that.
Dude,
That's all it needs. That's all it needs.
this is interesting.
Game
Now,
as a
we've talked.
service simulator.
So we've talked about this before. The AI piece of all of this to me isn't
Yeah.
as concerning because I think that's a given with game development, and we're just gonna have to see how that all gets navigated and how that all comes out in the wash. AI is part of gaming development. We know that. Even with some of our favorite studios, all of them are using some elements of AI, whether it's the ideation phase, the brainstorming, the storyboard phase, the placeholder phase, or in some cases, even to help fill out content or NPCs or whatever, backgrounds. Like we're seeing it being used a lot with coding, troubleshooting, Q&A. Listen, there's a lot happening with AI in gaming, for better or for worse. Maybe in most cases it's for worse.
Mm.
But to me, the
Yeah.
fact that not only is she AI focused, but she's been focused on social media as well as in that online retail space, it just makes
The
me kind of
predatory
feel
stuff,
like
yeah.
it's all the things I hate about what creeps into games. It feels like talk about live as service plans falling on your face with those at Sony. It feels like the kind of leader who's going to push that direction, but I have no idea. So she was quoted as saying, apparently she's trying to address some of these concerns. She caught wind of a lot of the concerns, and she has pledged not to flood future games with soulless AI slop. So rest easy, folks.
I love that she used
added that
slop
last
though.
part.
Like, did she actually use slop?
I know.
She didn't use slop. All right, then I can't take her seriously.
No. She said slop. I added the so rest easy, folks.
Oh,
She said they're not going to flood future games with her quote.
All right, I'm back in.
Soulless AI slop. So,
all right, she's speaking our language.
I don't know if she was asked the question with that phrase and she just responded with it, or if she came up with that on her own. I don't know.
I mean, the kids like saying slop. That when something is bad or quote unquote bad, right? It's slop. If you don't like it, it's slop. So
True. The kids do like that. You know how the kids be.
Yeah, for real, on God.
I don't know. I don't think, and we're not ones to like overreact, but it's going to make us kind of scratch our heads a little bit. Like what?
The whole situation is insane. Like this week has been insane. Like it's just an insane week. Like it's just a bunch of dumb bad stuff. And like, yeah, so if Phil and retiring, honestly, Phil retiring is like the least egregious thing because it's like he's been there for a long time. It's like right off into the sunset, pal. Like whether people like you or not, I mean, that's sort of up to people's opinions whether they think he's done a good job or not.
Exactly.
But he's been there for a long time, right off into the sunset. But like Sarah Bond, like resigning, like with all this, like also because again, she's barely been there. Is weird, and then this person they're choosing is weird. Well, I guess not weird. It actually makes sense from a business perspective, I guess.
Sure.
But it's gross.
We'll see what happens, man. Maybe she'll do great. Maybe she'll be able to pivot away from the other roles that she's held. But if there's one thing we've learned from history, it's that usually it doesn't change for no reason at all. Like usually you get
history repeats itself.
Yeah, there's a reason people say that. What is it? If you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. Isn't that like a saying? So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some stuff. Like if Microsoft didn't learn from watching Sony fall on its face with their live service plans, like even look at what's happening with this new Horizon game that's announced. I think Sony's probably already regretting that too. Like I just think it's a mess a little bit with the way they were trying to focus on that stuff. And that's with all the games they canceled and with a studio they closed from live service missteps, and they're still anyway. But Microsoft isn't saying, "Hey, look at them. Let's not do that." It seems like they're leaning more into it. But hey, we'll see. It's not like live service games can't thrive. Marvel Rivals is a recent, incredibly successful example of that. Arc Raiders, even though it was a paid game, it's also live service, incredibly successful. So they happen.
I think that one
happens. But
I don't know if fluke is the right word with Arc Raiders, but let's like
call
something
it anomaly.
Sort of. Yeah, an anomaly. But Marvel Rivals, I think it's literally just the Marvel name. Like, I think if that wasn't Marvel,
were it not for the
Marvel,
license, you're right.
Yeah.
It helps.
I feel like if people just been like, "This is Overwatch,"
it helps that it's a solid game that
that
actually is fun to play for people who like those kind of games. But
right.
The license certainly is what helped boost those numbers, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But anyway. Well, Dan, I know that got us heated, right? So maybe we don't. Maybe this fire needs to go away. I
Yeah,
don't know. We'll have
I
to
need
think
to like
about it.
lean away from the fire. I need to lean
Yeah, get
away.
away from the fire. We'll turn it down. But you know what? Let's go the opposite direction. Let's bring in some snow,
Oh,
and let's talk about some Octopath Traveler 0,
I'm
which
so
isn't all
close, Tim.
snow. I didn't realize, but yeah, yeah. So you're at
This is
like
a lovely area, though.
97%. That's your estimate? Is that you think you're
I'm at
about?
97. That's what the PlayStation's saying. Like
Oh,
I'm
okay,
at
okay,
the end. I'm at like the precipice there.
okay.
Jesus Christ, this game, Tim. This game. Um,
Doing things.
this might be crazy to say. I think I like this game as much as Expedition 33. Like
You're
they
out
would
of
have just
your
been tied
mind.
for me.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I think I mean for different reasons, of course.
Does that mean you like it more than 2, Octopath 2?
I don't know. I was gonna say I'd have to replay too, but it's like I'm probably never gonna do that because that game's so long. Um, I still love, and I've said this like with Kyle, and I think on an episode when you've been here too. I love the cast of characters, the 8 characters are incredible. Even like the dancer girl, that's just kind of like whatever. Like she's not a bad or offensive. She's just my least favorite because I think her story is just a little more like not as crazy as the other stories. But the cast of characters is really great. It's just again, it still doesn't feel like this like regular cohesive like everyone's like in a party and everyone's interacting game. They added more of that into, so it did feel more connected than Octopath 1. But yeah, it was still missing that kind of glue to tie everything together. Now Octopath 0 has that in spades, but it pulls away from like the 8 well-rounded written characters because it's just more that there's 8 party members, but you're recruiting people like a Suikoden or Chrono Cross like that. So you recruit them, they talk a little bit, then there's like some side quests that you can do with them, but just most of the characters aren't like fully fleshed out, except for like your friends in like the town, the beginning town that you're from. So that's kind of like the trade-off. But like, yeah, if you combine 2, the way 2 is written and like the way that the story of this one is written, like you're gonna have like if Octopath 3 can do that RPG is gonna be insane. It's gonna be absolutely bananas, Tim. Because the story of this game is bananas. Like it starts off with you just in a village and it gets just destroyed, and then it's like you're doing all these different storylines and they weave in and out, so like they're kind of split up into 3 parts, and then it kind of comes back together as this like main thing, and then it splits off again, and then at the end it comes back again together, because it ties back to like a specific character that like you kind of just thought like, oh, they're just like kind of like they're part of the story, but like there's and things just kind of like start spiraling at the end, and just start kind of going just like there's like Final Fantasy 7 levels of like the villain doing some shit because of stuff that happened to them type of stuff. I'm trying not to be too specific, and Kyle's not here, so he's not gonna unless he does listen to this. So Kyle, I'm sorry. But there's like some
skip ahead,
like
Kyle.
There's like some kind of there's like Final Fantasy 7 levels of like tragedy, and then like the villain being like, F everybody, I'm destroying everything. Like basically that. That's about as specific as I'll get. But it's just it's
So wait,
just
the hunter
really
girl
great.
from the
And
first game is in 0?
there you go. Yeah, so you actually there was even showing a fight there where it showed do you remember Primrose?
Yeah, Primrose. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in this too because this is a prequel. Because this is Ostera.
Makes sense.
So this is a prequel to 1. So you are seeing like actually I don't know if you see Ulbrich right there in your party.
Yeah, Ulbrich. Yeah, I remember Ulbrich.
Yeah.
Huh.
So this is if you loved 1 like this, because again I never finished 1, but if you loved 1 and you did like those characters, like they're here, which is cool.
I finished like 2 of the characters' stories, I think, and then I got to one of the bosses of another one, and I remember being like, "Oh, I need to grind to level up a bit. I'll do that later," and then I just never played it again.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of
I
that game.
feel
I closed out most of their stories. I remember this location too. This
okay.
is a return to
Yeah.
a city that already existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be very familiar with this game if you've played all of or most of 1 because it's the
Yeah.
same continent. Um,
Yeah.
and you're seeing those characters, but again, it's a prequel, so it's taking place before 1. Um,
Right.
yeah, it's such a great game, and I love the way that the story goes in it. Like, I didn't even actually realize that until Kyle brought it to my attention. The way it starts, like, as, like, again, these 3 different villains that you, like, are going to kinda get revenge on, so to speak, but then, like, it comes
Mhm.
back to, like, this whole overarching kingdom, like, kingdoms versus other kingdoms, so very like, Game of Thrones, and then it, like,
Mhm.
splits off again to, like, these 3 paths, and then it comes again back around. It all just comes back around to this one person that's just like, "F everything, I'm destroying everybody." So
Yeah, the way you're
and it
describing
makes
that does
sense
remind
too.
me of why I loved Final Fantasy VI so much. Because there are times
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
story
yeah.
where you think you know where it's going and who the villain is, what they're trying to do, and then of course everything goes wrong, and then you're all split up, and then you have your little side stories, and
Yeah, yeah,
but then
yeah.
it all circles back together again, and all of a sudden that central character is super important
Yeah.
again. So like what you're describing just kind of
Yeah.
reminds me a bit of that structure, which I
There's some
really, of course,
similarities there,
love.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's definitely some
well, that's great, man.
similarities
I'm
there.
looking forward to hearing how you think it wraps up when those credits start rolling. Beside like, and the tears probably start rolling. I'm curious to hear
So many tears.
what you think about it. So many tears.
And
Yeah.
there's a track that popped up because it's like I guess it's his or their actually I shouldn't say it's the villain's track that I didn't really hear until you get to this very end part is
Okay.
unbelievable. I wish I had it like ready to go when we were doing the game of the year. We'd listen to it a little bit because it's actually now like one of my favorite Octopath songs.
That's
It's
awesome.
unbelievable. And there's different versions of it because they started off with like the regular version and like even
Yeah,
that's
they're looking at
amazing.
music
And
right
then
now
like
in the
as
little video we just watched. They were picking out music. Look at that.
yeah, so this is like the theater. You can build in the town, you can eventually build a theater. And then like throughout
Yeah.
the world, you're finding like the music sheets. So you can go there and like listen to the music. Um this game is so good,
Yeah.
Tim. It's so
Dude, I'm
good.
glad
I
that you
don't get how
are
this
gonna
was a
wake up.
mobile game. I don't get it.
I feel like that was all a
I s-
lie, but who knows?
I don't get it.
Oh,
I don't get it. But that's fine. I don't even care. It's unbelievable. This game's unbelievable.
yeah, what a cool story for this game that kind of got announced and then came out in December of all months and overlooked and
Yeah.
had solid reviews. It's in the low 80s, which is very good, generally speaking.
Should be
Um,
much higher than that.
but
Much higher.
no, you gotta talk to the haters out there, man. You gotta talk to those haters. They're
I'm
the ones who
I'm
did it.
gonna punch all of them. I'm gonna punch them all in the face.
The same people who gave Ghost of Tsushima back in the day, they gave that like an 82 average. I'm like, all right, you guys are stupid. You guys are just stupid.
Some people are
Uh,
stupid, Tim. Some people are really
some people
dumb.
are stupid. That's right.
Some people are
That's right.
stupid.
So Octopath Traveler 0, so glad that you're still enjoying that, able to play that. Is there anything else that you're
Oh,
playing, or is that taking up most of your time?
yeah, no. So my wife and I finally started Winterboro. Started Winterboro,
Aw.
the little mouse game.
Yeah, a little mouse
So we're not
survival
super far
game.
in it, but Tim, this game is so charming. It's
Yeah.
adorable. Your little mouse dude, the main character that you're playing as, he makes all these little mouse noises, and it's adorable as hell. And it definitely, as I speculated when we first saw the trailer for this, there's definitely some sad stuff right
Yep.
out the gate. Some sads.
Right at the gate. I remember that in the demo. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's so charming. The obviously the aesthetic is wonderful. It's very storybook looking.
Yeah. I
And
think I
look
got
at
to
him
the point
go.
where
He's just
I could like knit sweaters or something for other little like there was something there where you can like create. Anyway,
well. See,
I got to
you
that point.
yeah, you can. Yeah, because it is a survival game, so you're creating new. So like the first outfit,
You're
new
crafting
outfit that
stuff.
you
Yeah.
make. Yeah, you're crafting stuff. So he's got a new outfit on.
The
It keeps you. So
snowshoes.
there's a yeah, the snowshoes is hysterical. But yeah, the survival element of so you got a health meter, you got a stamina meter, and then you have like
Mhm.
a heat meter, your warmth, your body temperature meter. So obviously if
Mhm.
you're out too long, then the screen starts to kind of get all
Yeah.
like
That was
frostbitten.
chilly. I got warm up again. That was
Yeah,
a cold
it
game right there.
was.
That was
That's actually what you do. You go back into your little mouse hut and then you warm
and
up and
warm
the
up.
meter fills back up.
Yeah.
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 Um but yeah, it's super adorable. So we're very early, but it's very adorable. I like the loop, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's very charming, and it's
Is
not
that a
crazy
multiplayer
survival.
or you're just like sharing controller kind of a game?
We're just going back and forth because it's basically a day cycle.
Okay.
It doesn't have a
Okay.
calendar, but like it starts in the
You're
morning
just
and
taking
then
turns pretty
goes to
much.
nighttime. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's fun. That's great.
So yeah, it's very charming. I like it already.
Love it. Um, anything else that you have been spending time playing?
Um, no, because I mean, again, I've been trying to. I wanted to make sure I finished Octopath, especially since Resident Evil's on the horizon. Um, so I wanted to make sure I do that. So then the next couple weeks, I'm probably just gonna dabble in some little games just to hold me over until Resident Evil comes. But I actually did want to say something specific, Tim. Um, and it's actually not video game related or like movie related or anything. And
All right,
I'm not
do
gonna
it.
get too specific here because it's still like I'm still the gears are turning and things are happening.
I love when
And
gears
I haven't
turn.
mentioned it. Gears of war. Do you love
Yes.
when the gears in war are turning?
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
I'm going to start my own business.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
exciting. Can you talk about it
Yeah.
at all or not yet?
Um, I'm going to be doing junk disposal,
Oh,
junk removal
nice.
disposal.
Dude, we've got some stuff here. Just drive out to Colorado. I need to get rid of some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll see you in like 2 days or something. Yeah. I'll pick, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I don't, don't want to get like too specific because obviously, once
Mhm,
I have I so on Saturday went to the dealership with my wife. I got a truck, a dump truck.
mhm.
So I'm
Yep.
gonna own a truck. That's a dump truck. And I got my business certificate from the town. Like I got pieces in place. I'm just waiting to get the truck, and then I can start kind of like assembling the social media aspect of it. I do have the Facebook page set up for it, but obviously I'm not like talking about it yet because I don't need people calling. I have my business cell phone I just got the other day, so I'm getting
Mhm.
pieces put together, Tim. Um,
Dude, that's
I'm
so
gonna yeah,
exciting.
I'm excited. I'm like nervous excited because I wanted to
Yeah,
succeed
sure.
because I'm just I'm tired of working for the man, dude. I don't want to just be that
Yeah.
cliche, but I really am just tired of like dealing
Yep.
with you know the people at the top being scummy bags of shit. Because my manager is amazing and my supervisor is great, my coworkers are great, so it's like I like the
Yeah.
team and I don't mind the
Right.
work, but I'm just so yeah. So
I think that's a lot of
I
people's
think
experience is usually the people that you work with in close proximity with. It's generally speaking positive. Not always. I know
yeah,
some people have a horrible setup,
right,
but yeah, it's those who
right,
are making those decisions that no one on your team has any control over. It's like, sorry, this is what we're doing. This is what's happening. It's like after
yeah,
a while that can drain you. I get that totally.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm still young, so I figured why not just do it now? And
Why not,
yeah, it'll
man?
be physically demanding, but also that will be good for me because it'll also be a reason to get
I
out of the
got a
house and
broke
like
fridge.
move.
Come get it from my garage. It would be a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
that.
right. That's right. Because I'm driving down south. Apparently, I'm getting a broken fridge down south.
No, it's the guy who moved up north. He saw all that
Oh,
cold weather
okay.
you get.
Okay.
Which, by the way, dude, looks
Gotcha.
like you guys are about to get hit with like a nor'easter or
Yeah,
something.
Tim,
That
I don't
sounds
know what the hell is
horrific.
happening this year. We haven't really
Uh,
had snow in
yeah,
like 3 4 years, and then all of a sudden this year, it's like, oh, you're gonna get all of it. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, what are you doing?
we've had a couple chilly
Like,
days
what is
here,
happening?
but I live in right beside the mountains, and I've had hardly any snow. Like 2 snow days this year, really. Um,
Yeah,
and this coming week, I think on Tuesday it's gonna hit like 70. So like it's just ridiculous here.
that doesn't even make sense. That makes no
I know.
sense.
I know.
That makes literally no sense.
Yep.
But global warming's not a thing, Tim. Global warming's
Yeah.
not a thing,
Yeah.
and
Nothing's happening. No
climate
one no
change.
one pay attention. Everything's
No,
fine.
yeah,
Uh
everything's fine.
well, dude, that's exciting.
Yeah,
Keep us updated. I'm excited to hear
yeah,
about how that comes together and when you get a chance to really launch into that. That's really cool. I know I've
yeah,
certainly
yeah,
used those kind of services before. I find them to be
for sure.
super helpful and super it's one of those practical things that sweet AI can't take this one over. At least I can do this for a while. So
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do it on the weekends, obviously, I can't just jump into it, so I'll still be
Mhm.
working my job. But obviously, the goal is to have that be my job. So
Yep.
and build it up, you know. So
Well, dude, that is exciting. Glad to hear it. Thanks for sharing that. I'm looking forward to hearing
of course,
more about it. Uh,
of
Dan,
course.
I've got a problem. I sometimes
Uh
there's a game that I just can't stay away from. You know, it's just one of those games that you just can't. You can't break. You try to break up with them, but then you jump back into their loving arms. You try to break up with them
sure.
again, and then they show up on your doorstep on a rainy night, saying all the right things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right,
one
right,
of those
right.
relationships you just
Like
can't
like
shake
Tom
it.
Haverford, is standing out in the
Exactly
rain
like Tom. See, you get it.
playing
You get it.
Genuine, So
Genuine. Genuine.
genuine.
Uh,
Genuine.
but I have been dabbling yet again in some Elden Ring, specifically,
Oh, okay.
and this is the Convergence mod. So for people
Oh,
who aren't
okay.
as familiar with this game, everything you're seeing here, like this boss right here, this Shabiri's Chosen, I've tried this boss a few times, really tough. I need to level up some more.
Yeah.
This is all new. This is all stuff that the modders have created. They've completely
Oh,
overhauled
okay.
areas of the game that are really familiar to people. They've added castles where they didn't exist before, water
Oh,
fortresses, bosses, enemies. You have like a bunch of classes to choose from, and each one starts in a totally different part of the map. Some of them much tougher than
okay.
others. And generally speaking, the goal is still the same, but the pattern in which you pursue it is different. They give you all
Hmm.
kinds of guides and notes. They do a great job of walking you through, hey, with this class, here's the weapons you're going to need, and here's where to find them, or here's the armor you'll need, here's where to find that. But it doesn't
Okay.
give you too much. It just kind of tells you when you defeat this boss, it'll give you like the name of boss. You can get this axe that you might want or whatever.
Hmm.
But they have given this game such a fresh coat of paint, such a fresh approach. Like this is Castle Morn, which if anyone's played
Yeah, there's a
this
lot
game
going on.
before, there's a lot happening. But they have adjusted it. Like this is a different version of that boss that you're seeing right here. Totally different.
Yeah.
They just changed the experience completely. So if you are the kind of person who loves a Souls game, I think the people who make this mod are major FromSoft fans, and they've done a great job. It's still considered in beta; it's not completed yet. This mod, they
Yeah.
keep adding to it. They also did the whole Shadow of the Earth Tree expansion. They added a ton of content to that too. So essentially, it's
Jeez.
if you've played all of Elden Ring and you feel like you've experienced most of it, but you want more, the Convergence mod is free. You just have to Google it. You can go to their website,
Yeah,
use the
that's
Nexus
crazy.
mods add-on. I don't know. Must be the guy who's playing it. It's hilarious.
All right. I mean, that's pretty great. I like that.
I'm in. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
really, really good. I highly recommend it, especially if you are an Elden Ring fan, to check out the Convergence mod.
Dude, the love that
It's
modders
incredible.
have is insane. Like, because it's just like you don't have to do any of that, but like you're so passionate about this thing, and you make it, and you're like, yeah, just download it for free, obviously.
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy. So much work.
Yeah. So spending a lot of time playing that. And then this weekend, I have been spending a lot of time already and plan to spend more. I'm already super sad that this is just a demo for this game and there's no release date
Hmm.
yet, but I think they're getting a ton of buzz with this demo. I think it's just a matter of time before they really ramp up production. We'll start to see info on probably an early access launch later this year. I'm hoping by the summer, maybe sooner, because what I've played so far of this game called Windrose, and this is the Motismo Gaming video. It's
Mm-hmm.
of him just kind of diving into it a little bit.
Oh,
It is so fun. Like everything I love about Valheim, it feels like
mm-hmm.
they took all the great pieces about Valheim and they're like, let's just turn it into a pirate game. So all the
There it
normal
is.
stuff, whether it's picking things up, whether it's uh, the way that you craft, the way that you upgrade, the way that you even ride your ship. The ship
Mm-hmm.
controls are similar, but all of it feels a little more refined, and the visuals are very, very good. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have that pixel art style, which I love the Valheim visuals, I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But this adds a much kind of cleaner, almost comic booky, but somehow also realistic ish look to everything. It looks really sharp. The water looks great. The enemies, the animals, and the enemies that you fight, they're not the smartest, but for the most part, you can start to figure out their patterns. Yeah, these dodos come
Look at
after
that
you.
blue
The
bird.
blue ones, though, just the blue
A
birds.
Doda. Oh, it's a
The
Doda.
the other ones don't. Yeah, but
Yeah, and the actual
upgrading
combat
everything. The
looks like
combat's
more
pretty
detailed,
good.
like the swashbuckling
Yeah,
combat. Like, yeah.
yeah, yeah. You start with a broken sword or broken saber and a pistol that doesn't have any bullets or gunpowder yet, so you have to find that stuff. You have to loot it. Eventually, you learn how to craft it. you're upgrading. I mean, the building reminds me a lot of Valheim, where it's the snap
Mhm.
together, mostly in grid type
Ooh.
building. So it's pretty close to the Valheim style of building, but it's all
Okay,
pirate
okay,
themed, and you
okay.
unlock so much stuff that you can build, and you start to unlock all these new recipes, and you can find these parchments everywhere you explore in treasure chests or maybe on enemies that might drop them. And you can unlock more aesthetic stuff to build decorations. So I haven't even begun to start building out my pirate fortress yet, but I'm excited to do that. I just have a
Right.
pretty basic hut to kind of just get me by. But
Of
Dan, then you
course.
get there's NPCs to talk to. There's actually a story going on. Like there's a reason why
Oh,
you're stranded
oh,
here. You were a captain
okay.
before, so there's an actual story happening, which is really kind of cool. There's kind of a magical element to all of it. So there's some of that Pirates of the
Oh,
Caribbean
okay.
fantasy, undead elements, down. And there's Blackbeard who's involved, and I don't know if he's good or bad yet. But then I've collected all this stuff that I've just thrown into a chest that keeps saying sell it to a merchant in Tortuga. So at some point I'll sail to Tortuga, and there's a ton of NPCs, and you
Tortuga.
can sell stuff. So there's a lot. It's a lot more of a living world compared to my
Yeah.
one of my favorite games ever, Valheim. But it's much more alive. So you get this little skiff to kind of island hop pretty early on. You get this little
Mhm.
boat, but one of your early quests is to find a shipwreck that isn't destroyed enough to be unusable, and then you actually have to go collect the resources and recruit pirates who've been captured, your sailors who've been captured, to help you rebuild it, get it back out in the open sea.
Oh,
And there's full naval combat, shipboarding. It's got all that
dude.
stuff in addition to doing all the
Okay.
Valheim type stuff.
Yeah.
And the armor sets are super cool that I've unlocked so far. So you like the couple options they've had so far look really really neat. I think the weapons are
Yeah.
great. And then Dan, they have full on, in my opinion, RPG style leveling up, where you pick a stat and then you have weapons that scale with those stats. So if you want to do strength, or if you want to do agility,
Mm.
or those kind of things, then you can get weapons that will scale with that. So maybe you want one of those little sabers. That's going to be agility. I went with strength as my main. So it's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
Souls like in that, where you're scaling your weapon strength with the stat that you choose to
Okay.
invest in. And then you
Yeah.
can pay. There's like an amount of money you can pay to respec if you want to. So there's this RPG element to it as well. But then it has the Valheim randomization. The map is procedurally generated, from what I can tell,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
unlock the map in the same way you do in Valheim by just exploring it. You have to sail there. You have to run around, and but it just does a
Dude,
lot more. The combat's
it's
more
Pirates
intense.
Valheim.
It's more satisfying. It's Pirate Valheim, man.
It's Pirates
And they give you
Valheim.
more. They guide you more. You can see the waypoints in the dark parts of the map.
Okay. Yeah,
Valheim would
yeah,
never
yeah.
do that. They would never
Yeah,
tell
no.
you where to go. You have to figure that out
No.
for yourself. So
Yeah.
this is guiding you more, which some people I think will appreciate if that was a problem with them
Yeah, yeah.
with Valheim. But so far the crafting's been great. The food situation is great too. It doesn't beat you over the head with it. But again, similar to Valheim, if you don't have food, which is kind of like a temporary buff, and each food that you make, the better the food, the better quality, the longer it'll last, the better buff it'll give you.
Mhm.
But if you don't have any food in your system, it'll just tell you that you're hungry, but then you just have 2 bars of health instead of, you can boost it up with, if you have a cooked crab, or if you have the bacon and eggs or whatever, you make yourself better food, then you'll
Mhm.
have much more health. Your stamina will recover quicker. The better your home base is, similar to Valheim, the more kind of a rested boost that you get as you go out to explore. So it's got all those pieces that I think are just great about Valheim.
I mean,
There's tons
I
to unlock in here
obviously
too.
haven't played Valheim as much as you have,
Yeah.
but like I've played a decent amount. I do
Yep.
also love the game. This is clear, yeah. Like this is clearly inspired by Valheim, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. I think there should be more games like Valheim. Let Valheim
Yep.
be a like Souls, like Valheim likes. Let's have some more
Yep.
Valheim likes.
Yeah.
Because like,
I'm with you.
yeah,
I'm with you.
this is on.
At
I'm on
first,
board. I'm on board with
I
this.
was getting like these boars would kill me in 2 hits, and I was like, okay, so this game's just super hard. Do I have to go on easy mode? And then there's some things that, because it's still a demo, it's not even early access yet. There's just some tutorials they haven't added yet. So I learned, oh, this
Mm.
button is dodge. Oh, okay, this is how to block,
Oh,
and there
okay.
is kind of a perfect block option. Um, when
Okay.
you block, you don't lose stamina. You actually have little shields, and the better armor you have, the more little shields you have. So you can block more, and then they recover a lot
Okay.
quicker. So there's just
Yeah,
systems
the
that
combat,
aren't totally explained that you have to figure out as you go. So
it does seem more fleshed out for sure, the combat.
yeah, yeah, and the visuals are great, man. The lighting's great. The water looks great. The characters and the armor and the enemies, all of that looks really,
What is
really
this called
great.
again?
So
Because I need to make sure
this is
I
called
am
this is called Windrose. One word. Wind.
Windrose. Okay. Yeah, there
I
it
don't know if
is.
they
Okay.
had
I
a title
was like, I need to
screen.
have this.
Yeah,
Because
Windrose.
this is with the demo. Yeah, so I can literally just
There's
try
just
it.
the demo out right now. They don't have a release date set yet, but I do think with individuals as well as a lot of streamers and content creators like Mortismal playing it and hyping it up, I think they're starting to get a lot of traction. I think their wish list numbers are probably spiking right now.
Yeah.
So I would imagine we'll hear more about a early access
Do we know
release
how
date
long the
soon. This was
demo
on my
is?
this was on my wish list for a while, and I had forgotten about it.
Okay.
It's one of those games that I saw a long time ago, a trailer, and I added it to wish list, and I totally forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, I saw
Yeah.
someone playing it on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, wait a second!" And there's a demo. So yeah, and you can see here the stats. This is where you can add to your endurance, which is for stamina, vitality, which is for health, and you've got a couple different types of attacks, which will help with different types of weapons, whether you want like
Yeah.
spears or axes or guns can be one of your main focuses. There's a bunch of firearms as well. But then there's a ton of stuff with the ship combat and exploration that I haven't even seen yet. I was out my little skiff and I saw this enemy boat in the distance, and I just can't wait to try their boarding stuff where you like board them, you actually jump onto their ship, you actually fight them, and I'm looking forward to all that stuff too. So anyway, it looks like it's gonna be so fun, and so far I think I've put 4 hours into it maybe.
Okay.
I'm taking my time. You can probably get through most of what the demo has to offer in about that amount of time, but I've just really explored a bunch.
Just been hanging out. Yeah.
I've just been just really enjoying it. So, dude,
That's pretty sick.
This is so my game. I am so into this.
All right, when's this coming to PS5, Tim?
Good question. Good question. This is the kind of game that I think would
Valheim's just
absolutely flourish. It would flourish on all the consoles because it's going to have 4-player co-op. So think like Valheim, where you can.
Okay. Yeah.
Because part of when you make a bonfire, and look, there's even like this whole stat tree. I've only done one of the talents so far, so you can go into more like strength or whatever. There's a lot of different options you have with your stat tree. Anyway, at your base, there's a bonfire, and you can kind of manage who has access to the base. So you and your friends could build your own pirate fortress with your own houses and your shared resources, similar to Valheim or some of these other types of games.
Yeah.
Rust, I guess, was the same way, and whatever else. So anyway, so it's got all the multiplayer elements too. You don't have to play single player. So when you start, you pick, do I want to go solo, offline, or multiplayer online? So I just went solo offline to try everything out. But I could see this being like, if you like stuff like Sea of Thieves or Valheim or any of those kind of games, this looks like it will be a great fix for your multiplayer.
This looks sick.
Gaming fun. Yeah. Enemies have levels too, so you can know if you're way out of your depth and you can run away. Okay. Man. Yeah. It's really
this is pretty cool.
Yeah. So there you go. Windrose.
Yeah, good on them for
been taking up most of my time.
Good on them for releasing a demo, because clearly that's benefiting them. So
yeah, isn't it funny? Like sometimes we'll see a demo and it's like that might have killed the game. Like that everyone just saw how bad the game is. Like sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
And then there's a game like this where even someone like me, who games like this are absolutely targeting people like me, I had kind of forgotten this existed. I might have forgotten. Like it could have released in early access months ago and I wouldn't have noticed because I don't always pay super close attention to everything on the wish list. But this demo getting so much love has made all the difference, man. So
that's pretty sweet.
This team for putting out something pretty amazing. So let me just real quick shout out the name of the team. It is by, the developer name is just Windrose Crew. That's what they call themselves.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
and it's self-published too, so it's full on indie game at the moment.
Good for them.
Wouldn't surprise me if they pick up a publisher with kind of the wave of interest and the quality. It wouldn't surprise me if a publisher out there is like, we're going to fund this thing and you guys make it as good as it wouldn't surprise me. Like a smaller publisher, you know what I mean? Like someone, thinking like Coffee Stain or someone from Valheim, for example, who gave the Iron Gate team all the time they needed with funding to keep going. But look at this boarding.
That would be smart.
I'm looking at the Steam video.
I
brought up the Steam thing. And it's got all the building. Like I haven't even seen this part. Like the mansions that you can make. I can't wait for this, man. This is so fun.
This already looks super sharp. Like it's actually kind of insane how sharp this looks already.
Doesn't it look like it's finished? I don't know. Something about it looks like it's ready. But I don't know. There was full on boss fights. I saw a boss fight bar pop up at the top. So
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, there's farming. All right, you can plant some stuff. I'm all in, man. I'm all in on
This looks
Windrose.
pretty cool.
They got me hook, line, and sinker. Oh, there's fishing. I didn't know there was fishing. Oh my word, I just saw that. Okay.
Game of the year
There's
already,
fishing.
Tim. Just
Game of
this
the year.
demo. If the game doesn't come out this year, we're still gonna talk
That's
about
right.
the Windrose
That's
just
right.
off of this demo.
And yes, you do custom design your own pirate at the beginning. You pick their tattoos. You know, there's
Yeah,
male and
yeah.
female body types. You can make them really strong, really scrawny, really tall, really short. Like you can kind of edit a lot of that, the beards, the haircuts, all that stuff. Make them older and young. So they already have a pretty decent character creator to make your pirate look how you want them to look. I went with just full jacked tattooed pirate dude. You know what I mean? I just went full,
Of course.
full jacked bearded guy.
The dream.
But
Living the dream.
living the dream, man. But yeah, I'm excited that there's NPCs to interact with too, that you can recruit. They can be on your ship to help fight. They can
Yeah.
be in your fortress. So that's cool too. Yeah, man. I'm
What a cool looking game.
more than all in on this game. Yeah, I love it. So I think that does it for us this week, Dan. I think we've appropriately warmed ourselves at the fire. I think we also
Yeah,
got a little overheated with some of the news. That's okay though. It's all right.
sure.
We're allowed to.
Sure.
We're allowed to do that.
I'll just go stand outside because there's still snow on the ground. So I'll just
Oh
go
my
out there
gosh.
and
I think
cool
it's like
myself down.
it's a little chilly here tonight, Dan. It's like 45 degrees tonight. Ooh, chilly.
Well, it's 30 for here, so it's not too far off, but you know,
All right, fair enough.
that's
fair
fine.
enough.
That's fine.
But yeah, next week, guys. Next week is the week we finally have probably one of the most anticipated games for a lot of people, and certainly one of the biggest Q1 games of the year will be arriving in the form of Resident Evil Requiem, and we will be talking about it. I'm very excited for this game.
We'll see.
Dan is too. So
We'll see.
we'll see. We'll get on here. We'll just be shaking our heads like trash.
I can't believe Leon did that thing. I can't believe it.
Dude, whatever. We're gonna love it, and it's gonna be great. Can't wait to talk about it. Thank you all for watching and for listening. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.